Hey, how's it going, everybody? Today we're going to be reacting to Zeri, the Spark of Zaun. If this is your first time here, we're going to take a look at Zeri's biography and story first. We'll move on to the champion spotlight, take a look at any other cinematics Zeri has, finally look at the skins, the Fandom Wiki, and the voice lines at the end of the video, and then I'll have everything chaptered out at the bottom so you can skip ahead to any of those parts if you would like to. Before we move ahead, I would love if you left a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel because I do have a lot of other League of Legends reactions that you'll probably want to check out on the channel, so please go ahead and do that now. All right, guys. Honestly, Zeri is somebody that the only thing I know about them is that they're pretty new. I think they like coincided with the release of Neon on Valorant, and I heard there was like a lot of comparisons, I believe. Other than that, I know Zeri, it resides in Zaun, obviously with the name being the Spark of Zaun, and that's it. I know she uses a gun. I guess that's really, like, lore-wise, though, I know nothing about Zeri. All right, so let's just dive into her lore here. We have role is marksman. The quote says, "I belong here. We all belong here." Interesting. Related champion is just Echo. You know what? We surprisingly have not related. You know what? Surprisingly, yet we have not reacted to Echo. We should probably react to Echo coming up because Arcane Season 2 is coming out pretty soon as of recording this video. Region is Zaun, of course. And the paragraph here says, a headstrong, spirited young woman from Zaun's working class, Zeri channels her electric magic to charge herself in her custom-crafted gun. Her volatile power mirrors her emotions, the sparks reflecting her lightning-fast approach to life. Deeply compassionate toward others, Zeri carries the love of her family and her home into every fight. Though her eagerness to help can sometimes backfire, Zeri believes one truth to be certain. Stand up for your community and it will stand up with you. Okay, I can see already the comparison with Neon because Neon also has like some sort of electric abilities or whatever, and it sounds like she also has some sort of like lightning sort of things powering up her weapons. And yeah, in the artwork here and everything, it makes sense. All right, let's look into the biography. Raised in a large working class family, Zeri grew up surrounded by warmth, care, and many strong opinions. They were no strangers to hardship, having lost loved ones to Zaun's dangers. Even so, their community was their strength. From birth, Zeri had a unique relationship with electricity. Each giggle caught a spark, each cry a shock. Magic wasn't rare in Zaun, but Zeri's electric charm was. It charged with her emotions, sometimes grounded, sometimes building to fierce and fury. By her teenage years, her neighbors knew she was more likely the cause of power outages than a broken circuit. Life in Zaun was beautiful chaos, her grandma would say, and Zeri embodied that all too well. Not everyone found her quirks endearing. To family and friends, Zeri was a lovable mess. To others, she was simply a mess. During occasional outbursts where her stray currents shattered a street lamp or two, or 12, Zeri thought she'd even see flashes of something or someone, but there was no time to dwell. What's going on there? She wished she had better control of her volatile powers. Her determination was there, but her patience could have used some work. Still, with every spark came an opportunity. One night, while Zeri strolled through the entresol markets, the ground rattled from underground excavations that soon swelled into a destructive quake. She wasted no time zooming past fallen buildings to rescue trapped victims. As her world slowly crumbled, Zeri became a furious blur. She knew the Chem Barons had mining facilities nearby that were installed after they'd claimed to have discovered resources better than Hextech, but what they did not reveal were the risks of their uncontrolled digging, right? So are you telling me right now Zeri can like zip-zap around kind of like Neon's character in Valorant as well? I definitely see the similarities. The faster Zeri moved, the more charged she became. She thrived under pressure, realizing what her powers could do and how much her neighborhood meant to her, even if it meant nothing to the Barons. After the dust settled, survivors gathered to thank Zeri. Beneath her relief was anger. Zeri knew she could have saved more if she had better command of herself. What Zeri did accomplish was sure to catch the attention of the Barons. She knew they wouldn't think twice about who they went through to get to her, and she couldn't risk others getting hurt. Not again. To guard them from herself, Zeri scoured the mining disaster's wreckage and constructed a jacket to contain her electricity and avert the Baron's gaze. Now she could restrain her gift to protect those in need. Interesting. So that's like the signature jacket that we're seeing her wear. It looks like it's like a street kind of like puffy coat or jacket, I guess, really. Walking the damaged streets, Zeri saw broken faces. Families scrambled to rebuild, and Zeri lent her hand, doing all she could without her powers. But the more she helped, the more she witnessed. Workers struggled to jumpstart generators. Parents toiled to make meals with broken stovetops. These people didn't have anyone standing up for them, let alone someone with a gift like hers. She knew her district, and those like it, would never truly be safe if things stayed the way they were. The Barons saw them as nothing more than objects to be neglected and resources to be bled. So what we're getting here is kind of like, I guess we're just getting, I mean, Zeri, who lives in Zaun, is like kind of fed up with the life in Zaun and like the Barons specifically and how they treat people and everything. So I'm assuming she's going to do something about it. Zeri knew what had to be done. She couldn't wait for the next mining accident. She had to take the fight to the Barrens. Okay, literally what I just said. Zeri was a one-woman force sending shockwaves through Zaun. Word spread of Chembaron supply lines being destroyed, with reports of lightning striking faster than the eye could see. Enraged at their losses, the local Barons formed a rare alliance, and their combined power trounced Zeri wherever she went. She tried to adapt, to strike faster, but against the Barons' endless resources, it wasn't enough. This is where I'm assuming there's somewhat of a relationship with Echo, because I'm assuming Echo is also like in the same fight. She retreated with her body broken and her powers fizzling. The Barons were united. She was alone. As she headed home, Zeri expected disappointment from those she let down. But what welcomed her was family, friends, and people she'd never met, all standing up to fight their oppressors. From their rebuilt homes came rediscovered courage. Zeri had never felt so inspired, yet it was she who had inspired them. She was the spark that ignited their fire. And she was no longer alone. With the help of their neighbors, Zeri's mother had fashioned her a rifle made of materials given by those Zeri fought for, the people of the Entresol. The gun's ammo was Zeri's emotions, its conductive barrel amplifying her powers directly from her hands. That's pretty cool. Paired with her jacket, she could better control her voltage, charging up to shoot precise, or at least somewhat precise, electric bursts. Zeri gazed warmly at her family and her neighbors. She thought she'd lose them all in her efforts to fight back, but because she stood up for them, they stood up with her. Backed by her community, Zeri fights for those who cannot. Zaun is not perfect, and neither is Zeri, but sometimes a spark is all it takes to change the world. For some reason, like towards the end here, the idea I'm getting is like, this is going to be a long shot for you guys. I get like Spider-Man vibes, only because Spider-Man was like trying to fight for those that needed help, right? And nobody would help them. I'm getting the same idea, like Zeri wants to help in the same way that Spider-Man wants to help, you know, the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, right? He wants to help people. Like if somebody steals an old lady's purse, Spider-Man's going to be there to stop whoever stole it, right? So I'm getting the same sense in Zeri here, while not like so much on the superhero side. I think she kind of has like that same mindset and just wanting to help, you know, help her neighbors, help the people from, you know, the Chem Barons and stuff. So that was my initial thought with Zeri. Cool. So she's kind of like trying to become like a vigilante a little bit in Zaun. All right, let's read the story. It's called The Unexpected Spark. I love this. I love the artwork here. She looks really cool with the lightning all around her and everything. I can't accept this, the shopkeeper said, pushing Zeri's change back at her. It's just spare parts. You've done too much to help since the mist. Restless, Zeri looked around. Familiar streets showed unfamiliar loss, homes and shops battered by wicked sorcery that nearly ended the world. People were missing. Families were hurting, but crowds still gathered at the Entresol markets. Zeri didn't understand exactly what had happened, but she knew this. Zaun would rebuild and she would help. She frowned at the shopkeeper's work-hardened hands and pushed her own forward. Get some banana cues for your girls. The shopkeeper sighed, then smiled. Zeri continued through the market, recalling her grandma's oft-repeated reminders. Ignore old man Shay. His parts are always rusted. Line up early at Auntie Maria's. Her marinated chicken is divine. Zeri admitted her grandma could sometimes seem annoying, but she couldn't deny that the woman was right. Her grandma knew the market and its people inside out, like how Mo's daughter loved caramelized bananas, and it was in moments like this where that intimacy proved helpful. Come here, rat. Zeri spun toward the noise in time to see a boy scurrying through the crowd. Two men tailed him, one short and square, the other tall with lanky limbs. Their outfits were unmistakable. Chem Baron thugs. Oh, she's gonna go mess these dudes up. As the boy darted by, Zeri snatched his arm. There, quick, she said, pointing with her lips at Mo's shop. The shopkeeper nodded knowingly. The frightened boy stood still. Trust me, go. The boy sprinted over, ducking under a table that Mo quickly covered with cloth. Oi, looking for someone? Zeri shouted at the lackeys as they approached. The men shoved past the locals. Yeah, a kid just ran through here. You see him? Asked the stocky one. Maybe, maybe not. The man narrowed his eyes. Tell us, we won't hurt you. Doubt that, but let's skip to the part where I hurt you instead. The man laughed. With what? Zeri reached for where her gun was usually strapped, only to find nothing there. Crap, must have left it at Mom's workshop again. Oh no. I really want... Okay, this is another story we haven't even finished yet. I want it as a cinematic. Please just give me a cinematic for this instead of the story, you know? Well, time to improvise. She rubbed her hands together and started running in place. The thug straightened in surprise. Is she... dancing? Observed the lanky one. Who cares? His partner squawked. Nab her already. Zeri's hands and feet became a blur. The gear on her jacket's back, a limiter device she called the Spark Pack, spun with building electricity. In a blink, she zipped between the men, bowling them over in a trail of wild lightning. Stray currents bounced from her body onto nearby doors and awnings, leaving little embers. Woo! Zeri skid to a screeching halt. The lackeys lay collapsed on the ground. Her jaw dropped and she noticed a blackened awning collapse and fall to the street. Oh, sorry, Don't worry about it, said Mo, gesturing under the table for the kid to come out. You're amazing, the boy blurted, arms stretched wide. You gotta help me. They still have my parents. What? Where? Zeri asked. Corner of Brass Copper Alley, a factory. They took them there, and others. I saw it. Got it, Zeri nodded. What's your name? Timmick. Timmick, I'll get your parents. Zeri's eyes met Mo's. Mind doing me another favor? Sure thing, Mo patted Timmick's head. Hey kiddo, want some banana cues for dinner? See, this very much, I'm telling you, this very much feels like this could have been like a comic book story, but with Spider-Man, okay? Listen, I'm not crazy in saying that. Replace Zeri with Spider-Man, and there you go, okay? You know, it's just a bunch of thugs chasing a kid. Spider-Man shows up, knocks him out. There you go. Like its neighboring streets, Brass Copper Alley housed rows of chem baron factories. Soot filled the air, heavy enough to taste. Who else but the barons would force people to work in these conditions? On the corner, a few guards reeking of less than fine spirits played cards by a rundown building with rusted double doors. Just like Timmick described, Zeri touched her belt, ensuring her gun was secure. At least she has her gun this time. She looked for another way in, spotting a rickety air vent large enough to crawl through halfway up a nearby wall. She jumped for the opening. Coming up inches short, stepping back, Zeri ran, her feet catching sparks. She hopped higher this time, boosted by her electricity. You already played that card, she heard a guard growl as her fingers gripped the vent's edge. Did not, snapped another, and you would have known too if your head wasn't buried in that bottle. Zeri exhaled in relief. Right again, Grandma. Guards are lazier at night. She pulled herself into the vent and started crawling, eventually coming to a large grate in the floor. Below was a curious room where wide metal pipes lined every wall. The exit was closed off by the double doors she saw earlier. In the middle, a group of people assembled parts as several thugs with Hextech-powered spears watched on like jail guards. Every time something reached the end of the assembly line, a thug tested it, and every time there'd be a flash of blue light followed by nothing. The guard captain smashed these apparent failures and demanded the people start over, and they said you were the smart ones, he said, spitting on the floor. Zeri could tell these people were clearly being held against their will, parents and spouses and friends all suffering. Arg, without thinking, Zeri banged a fist charged with frustration and electricity against the grate, which rattled from the impact. Oh, all right, so Zeri obviously has to keep her emotions in check in these certain situations, right? Zeri scrambled to secure it, but as the heavy grate fell from its fixture, so did she. With a loud clang, she landed in the middle of the factory floor. Oh no. The room gasped and recoiled in surprise. Is it him? Asked the thug, shaking off the shock. No, snarled the captain. Her face doesn't have the painted hourglass. Oh, Echo. Okay, cool. Zeri rushed to her feet. Don't know who you're expecting, but you can't keep these people here like this. The captain scowled. Says who? Me. Zeri whipped out her gun, her right hand clutching its rusted crimson grip. Her mom had designed it without trigger or magazine, needing only her daughter's innate electricity, which now swelled with anger. That's awesome. Static buzzed from Zeri's hand into the gun's conductive barrel. She took aim. Ultra shock laser. She had... Look, okay, listen. She's even using, like... these little, like, names for her abilities, okay? A thunderous beam struck the double doors behind the thugs, blasting the rusted metal part. Run, Zeri cried. I'll take care of the guards. The hostages scattered, guards in pursuit. A woman grabbed Zeri's arm. Have you seen my son? He wasn't taken with us. Timmick's fine. He's... Timmick? No, that's not... Oh. Uh-oh. More thugs swarmed close. Zeri yanked her gun to face them and fired, pushing them back and creating space for the worried woman to flee. We gotta go, a man warned, pulling the woman away. Zeri unleashed more electric bullets as cover fire. When word of this gets out to your boss, she yelled, you're gonna wish you'd kill me here. Ooh. The frustrated guards turned their attention away from the fleeing hostages and towards Zeri. Good, come to me. As they approached, she vaulted onto one of the wide interlocking pipes attached to the walls. It was made of brass and copper, natural conductors. Zeri's feet crackled with electricity. Fueled by her sparks, she skated along the web of pipes, unloading flurries of bullets at 3 of the onrushing guards. Their bodies twitched and flailed before falling over. Deftly, Zeri switched directions, dropping the next few who were climbing the side railings to surprise her from behind. Only a handful of her attackers were left. She could head home soon. Her family was probably worried sick. A blast struck the pipe beneath Zeri, forcing her off balance. She crashed to the ground. Got you now, the captain said, holding what looked like a Hextech cannon, smoke billowing off its muzzle. His remaining troops rallied, spears ready. Zeri struggled to her feet, head spinning, knees scraped and bleeding, electric currents flickering across her injured body. She lifted her gun to fire. It fizzled. The captain smirked. Damn, must have broken in the fall. Her enemies closed in. Uh-oh. What are we gonna do here? Screw it. Zeri chucked her gun aside and tore off her jacket. Oh, there you go. Take the jacket off and then it just goes all crazy. Freed of the spark pack, she felt her body surge with voltage. Leaping into the air, she punched her left fist up toward the ceiling. Okay, my guess is her ultimate is like gonna be her taking her jacket off, right? In the game, I'm assuming. Lightning crash. Bioelectric waves shot from her fist, then her chest, and then her entire body, ripping the space asunder. Like a lightning storm, the waves arced off conductive metals, crackling violently as they drowned the room with Zeri's raw power. Bodies jolted before dropping in droves. Zeri fell to her knees, her knuckles propping her up. Blinking sweat from her eyes, she felt searing pain from her wounds everywhere at once. That better have worked. You little shit, the captain's voice cut through the room. Zeri saw him stumble to his feet, bleeding from his nose and ears. Why? Zeri roared. Why hurt innocent people? You know what? I'm glad she's like standing up for people like this and actually asking, you know? The man scoffed, kicking the limp bodies around him in search of his weapon. No one's innocent in the Baroness's eyes. A hum filled the air as the captain lifted his cannon towards Zeri. With what little force she could muster, Zeri tumbled to the side and slipped behind a large fallen pipe. The blast flung her and her cover into a wall. Zeri's vision turned black. When her eyes opened, the captain was gone. Okay, so she used up like too much of her energy there, yeah? Staggering under moonlight, Zeri headed home through nearly empty streets. She was relieved the hostages were safe, but still gritted her teeth. The Chem Barons, they always had more. More resources, more power. Their strength was the system they created with everyone under their reign, all contributing to a Zaun they controlled. Maybe the captain was right. No one's innocent, and everyone's a victim. A flash of blue light erupted behind her, stopping Zeri in her tracks. Hey, nice work. She turned to see a teenager with a painted face and a glowing bat in hand. Unsure if she'd been tailed, Zeri tried to ready herself once more, but struggled to stand up straight in the face of the stranger. Relax, the young man said. Timic told me about you. And who are you? Zeri asked. Name's Echo. Those goons from the warehouse were looking for me before you showed up, but man, you wrecked him. Zeri sighed. If he's against the Barons, he's all right. Look, Echo continued, I know you've got questions, so do I. And I've got to ask, why help folks you don't know? Zeri shrugged. I stand up for my community. Echo smiled. Then we should talk. Zaun needs people like you, and I ought to thank you for saving my parents tonight, too. Oh, what? Zeri smiled back. Anytime. What? They saved Echo's parents? Now, hold on. Okay, I'm now questioning. I guess I'm going to just question, like, what's going to happen in season 2 of Arcane with Echo? Will maybe Zeri be in the season 2? Like, maybe. I don't think so, right? Because I feel like the more of the focus is obviously on, you know, the main characters that we've already been introduced to. But I'm wondering if there might be, like, a little thing with Zeri. I feel like maybe Echo meeting Zeri or something at the very end might be like kind of fitting or kind of like a nice touch. But yeah, after reading this and seeing that she ends up saving Echo's parents, that's pretty cool. I'm really, I'm really excited to maybe see Zeri in any future content related to Arcane. I know this is the final season of Arcane, but maybe just like even like a, I don't know, like a glimpse of Zeri would be pretty cool. This was a great story. I really enjoyed this. This would have been fantastic as a cinematic. You know, they could turn, I'm still fine with them turning stories into cinematics at a later date if they want to. Like release a Zeri cinematic. I think it'd still be cool. But yeah, let's go ahead and move on to the rest of the reaction. All right, we have Zeri, the Spark of Zaun, the champion trailer. This is a full 2 minutes and it has like almost 4 million views. So this must have been really popular when it came out. All right, here we go. 2 minutes. This might be the longest champion trailer I've had. Okay.
You got to deal with me first.
Cool. Okay. Cool intro.
Again?
Oh, it's not working.
Oh, come on.
That is exactly like Neon from Valorant, is it not? Catch. Okay, that's cool. Okay, we're getting in-game trailer as well. That's awesome.
Lightning in a gun coming through.
I like the music.
Chem Barons couldn't keep me down. No one can. Just a little closer.
Oh, that's cool. We haven't seen her abilities yet, so this is all new for me. It looks like she's like rollerblading. That's cool.
Let's make sure we go out with a boom.
All right, we got her ult, I assume.
Wow, intense.
I like the incorporation of like going back and forth there with the trailer. That's pretty cool.
I guess Mom was right. The bigger they are, The faster they fizzle.
I like her changing that
I
sentence up.
again.
Okay, so yeah, you know, obviously I'm comparing her to Neon because the whole like finger, I think Neon shoots like lightning out of her fingers as well. So it's a little, and isn't the hairstyle also kind of similar? Maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm crazy comparing the two, but you guys let me know in the comments. All right, let's go right into the gameplay spotlight. Here we go.
As Zaun's living battery, Zeri uses her electric powers to charge herself and her weapons for any situation. Full of spark and energy, Zeri electrifies those around her when no one else
Wait,
will.
she's just
Her
riding the
foot
whole
is
map.
always on the pedal, speeding and zapping around the battlefield with ease. This current
Okay.
has a short fuse, but even against impossible odds, she refuses to give up.
Lightning in a gun?
That would make me think she's
So
a
get ready to swim with
jungler,
the
but she's
sparks.
probably like
Welcome to
ADC,
the
I
Zeri
assume.
Champion Spotlight.
Okay, let's see these abilities.
Zeri's
Living
passive
battery.
is Living Battery. When damaging enemy shields, Zeri shields herself for a portion of the damage dealt.
Oh,
Any
other
shield
shields.
Zeri gains grants her a brief movement speed boost.
No slowing down.
Okay.
Zeri volts things up with her Q, Burst Fire. Rather than a traditional basic attack, Zeri fires a barrage of 7 rounds that damages the first enemy hit. It
Okay.
has an incredibly low cooldown that scales with attack speed and no mana cost. Burst
Oh.
Fire will also crit and apply on head effects. For
Wow.
all intents and purposes, her Q is a basic attack skill shot.
Interesting. I was
Burst
gonna say no
Fire's
mana.
passive turns her actual basic attack into an ability, meaning it applies spell effects like Riley's Crystal Scepter, but not attack effects like crits or Sheen. This ability can be charged by moving and casting Burst Fire, dealing massively increased damage and slowing at full charge.
Oh, that's so
It
interesting.
also deals extra damage to low health enemies, making last hitting minions a little easier. But
Okay.
be careful because attacks drain charge.
They look really
delaying her access
slow.
to that big chunk of bonus damage.
Got the fuel up.
Zeri's W is Ultra Shock Laser, an electric pulse that damages and slows the first enemy hit.
Cool. Cool
When the
ability.
pulse is targeted through terrain, it widens and extends into an ultra shocking laser that hits
Oh.
multiple enemies. Zeri's E is
You'd wanna
Spark
shoot that
Surge.
through terrain
After
anytime
dashing
you
a short
can.
distance, her next 3 salvos of burst fire will pierce, damaging enemies beyond the first. Attacks
cool
and
movement
abilities
ability.
on enemy champions reduce Spark Surge's cooldown. Zeri can surge across any terrain she touches, no matter how wide. While
What?
skating over terrain, cast Ultra Shock Laser for more voltage.
Okay, that's kind of crazy.
Zeri's ultimate is Lightning Crash, which unleashes an
Alright.
electric nova that damages nearby enemies. Hitting an enemy champion grants Overcharge, which gives
Oh, I
increased attack
see.
speed, bonus on hit damage, and a chain lightning effect on burst
The
fire.
chain lightning looks good.
Overcharge also stacks, providing increased movement speed per stack of Overcharge. Attacks and abilities on enemy champions
Yeah, she
add
seems
stacks
super
and extend
fast.
Overcharge's duration to ramp up the movement speed buff further, which
Huh.
lets her kill enemies in a flash, or without it.
Got to hurry. People need my spark.
Okay, so she seems definitely like somebody that, like, if you're into like super fast characters, or if you just like the I don't know, it's almost like somebody like Neon, I guess, in Valorant. I'm just using that as an example because I have actually used Neon. They literally have like the same speed thing about them and everything. So it's very interesting that they're very much alike. But yeah, like, you guys will have to let me know, any of you that have used Zeri. I know she's still a little bit of a newer champion. I mean, she's been out for a while now. You guys let me know how Zeri works in game, how she is to you. If she was a little OP when she first came out, how is she now? You guys let me know all the details about Zeri's release and everything in League of Legends, and let me know how good she is in the game. All right, everybody, we have Zeri's champion theme, which is 3.5 minutes long, which is awesome. It's a long one, and it's also featuring Lauren Babbitt, which I feel like I remember that name from somewhere. I don't know, but it's a longer song, and it actually has a person in it, so I'm assuming there's gonna be some singing. So let's go ahead and dive into it. Oh, okay, this is what we heard in her trailer a little bit. It's gonna be like some fast-paced, like, rock music. I'm down with this. This is kind of a different style for a champion theme. Oh. This is way different than most champion themes. Okay, is there a certain band with Lauren, or is this just like, is like Lauren just the solo artist? I feel like she has to have a band, I bet. Okay. I like the idea of like punk rock, grunge rock being Zeri's theme. because she's kind of like a rebel hero vigilante, you know what I mean? Ooh, that skin looks cool. We're not at the skins yet, but that one looks good. This is like, I don't know. This is not a song I expect for a champion theme. I am pleasantly surprised. Not that they don't put a lot of effort into their champion themes. This just seems like a lot of extra effort, yeah? I really love it when it starts going here. Are they gonna mix it up here? Okay, we got the build up. Ooh, I can't tell what she's whispering. The gun is kind of interesting. We'll take a closer look at that maybe in the when we get to the skins. Yeah, this is actually an insane song for a champion, I feel like. No other game is doing this, you know what I mean? Releasing these themes for their characters like this. Okay, dude. This is a hype song. Yeah, I gotta add this to the Spotify playlist. This is just gonna go in the rotation, you know. It's like good workout music even. This is way different than any champion theme I've listened to. That was great. I mean, there's obviously probably a champion theme. I mean, I haven't listened to every champion theme, right? So there might be one that's similar to this in a way. But that was crazy. That is not what I expected. I loved it. I love like a punk rock, grungy kind of like rock theme for Zeri. Like I said, I think she's like the rebel vigilante kind of character in Zaun. Like she comes from Zaun, right? I feel like she's got to be a little like grungy just being from Zaun in and of itself, right? And just like her vigilante style and everything like that. I think the music is perfect for her. Let me know what you guys like. When this theme first released, was everybody else surprised as well? Were they like hyping up the theme with the artists and things like that? I'm just super curious if everybody else was just as hype as I was listening to this song for the first time. All right, folks, we have a Project 2023 skins trailer for specifically Wild Rift. It's called Strike Twice, and I believe Zeri appears in this. So let's check it out. It's a Zeri Wild Rift skin for Project. I like the Project skins, that's for sure. I'm not gonna be able to recognize who's all in this though. I can already tell. Okay, that's Kha'Zix though, right? I can tell, or is that, wait, Renekton? Wait. Okay, there's Zeri. Okay, we got Zeri. This is, they put some time into this trailer. This looks cool. Oh, that skin looks awesome, actually. Bro, her abilities are never working. Oh, the music is very cyberpunk. Or did you just chop her gun in half? Okay, this is badass. It's getting a little pixelated, but... Oh, nice. The ult. That was a cool trailer. I mean, it was pretty short, but just for like a skin trailer, I think they like put some decent effort into it. That was awesome. I don't think the Wild Rift skin is going to show up on the Fandom Wiki, but that skin in the trailer looks awesome. All right, everybody, I was right. It doesn't look like the project skin made its way onto the Fandom Wiki because this is just like League of Legends specifically skins, so that makes sense. But I really liked the project skin that we got. So let's look at the rest of these, though. We have 6 skins. That makes sense. She's a newer champion, so I didn't expect her to have a ton of skins. But let's go ahead and look at all of the 3D models for them. Okay, let's start off with the original design. Again, I mean, listen, the hair, not the hair color, but a lot of it is giving Neon from Valorant. And I'm just associating her with Neon from Valorant because that's who I've actually like played and used a little bit because I played that game a little bit. So she definitely has like that kind of style, but I think obviously she is different and unique in her own way. The gun itself is obviously unique. It looks, and then the jacket itself is very unique in that sense. It's really just like the hair and the abilities that makes her seem like Neon from Valorant to me. But overall, very unique and cool design. I would say everything looks kind of like handmade almost, right? Maybe it's giving that like Zaun flair to it, in my opinion. Or I'm just like talking out of my ass here. Who knows? All right, let's move on to the rest. All right, what do we have? We have Withered Rose. This is what I saw artwork for earlier. Oh, ooh, I love this skin actually. Oh, the flower on the back is so cool. The rose on the back is really cool. The hairstyle is also awesome. Look at the 2 buns are also made into like a rosebud. That's very fun. The gun is actually cool as well. They literally put a rose everywhere on this skin. And I really like the color. Let's look at the chromas though. Okay, of course, red would be like the next one. That would kind of make sense. Ooh, I kind of like the black one here. Ooh, that one's really cool. I really enjoy this Withered Rose skin. This is honestly no notes. This is a perfect skin in my opinion, and I love all the different chromas. I really like just the original one with no chroma. I think this is perfect. All right, next up we have Ocean Song. Okay, we've seen a few of these. I'm going to be scared to try to pick my favorite skin out of these. I feel like these are all going to be pretty fire. Ooh, I love the design on the back here with like the idea of whatever the skin theme is going to have like a big pendant or whatever on the back. I love the color design on her jacket here. The orange is really cool down to like this teal color at the bottom. Let's take a look at the gun. Ooh, the gun is good. It's giving the, I don't know, the design's kind of giving like Ocean Song, I guess. And then the hair is interesting as well. Obviously, the bikini or whatever we have underneath, also very beach vibe. I really like this. The orange with the blue, I think goes really well together. So let's see some other chromas with it though. I like that orange and blue, I think the most. Ooh, this one's giving like some orange and pink. They really did a great job with the color schemes and the chromas for all of these skins. I love that the sunglasses also change color here with each chroma. These are really good. Oh man, I honestly have no notes for this one either. I might even like the gun a little bit more on this one versus Withered Rose. This is going to be a tough choice later on. All right, next up is Immortal Journey. Ooh, have I seen Immortal Journey skins before? I don't know if I have. Whoa, the gun is interesting. It's like, it doesn't even have, it like looks like it's, I don't know. I can't explain what it looks like. It just looks unique. All right, let's take a look at the clothes. The bottom of the jacket is absolutely insane. That's cool. It's like lightning strikes with like clouds. The jacket designs have been so cool to the point like it would be cool to own like a jacket like this. Look at her sneakers as well. Okay, the hair is awesome, just straight like brunette. Like that looks really, really cool. Again, with the orange here, I like that. Let's take a look at the rest of the chromas. Okay, so this one, ooh, I like this blue one. The blue with the white hair is awesome. And then the gun looks cool. I might like that better than the original. Okay, the only thing about this one that I might say I don't like as much, some of the chromas don't look as good as I would like them to. Like the blue one looks good, the green one's okay. This one is kind of meh to me. Oh, I like the purple hair in this one. Yeah, just some of the chromas aren't the best in my opinion, but overall, I seriously love this skin as well. Zeri's skins have been kind of insane. All right, next up we have Fright Night. Ooh, have I seen a Fright Night skin before? I don't think I have. Oh, whoa. It's like in Borderlands style. Or what other style is this? Yeah, that's kind of like Borderlands style. This is unique. I don't know if I've seen a skin like this yet. Or no, there's been the fighting, the fighter souls or whatever the fighting skins were, kind of had that scheme a little bit, or like the design. Okay, this is cool. I am a huge fan of any kind of like Halloween type skins. And this is giving Halloween type skin. Okay, Lots of chromas here. The only thing, I love it, but it's also not as like bright and vibrant. I mean, I think that's kind of the point as the other skins we just looked at. But I think this is a super fun skin, and it's got a ton of chromas to it. That's awesome. I mean, I don't even want to knock this skin. This skin is great. Like, I really can't say anything bad about it besides it's just like different and not as bright as the other ones that we were just taking a look at, because I really liked the brightness and the color schemes of the other 3 skins that we took a look at. But I think the point of this is it's not supposed to be like that. So it's just supposed to be different. I love this skin as well. This is probably somebody's favorite skin, but I think for me so far, I might have a winner, but let's look at the last skin. All right, hold on. We have one more. We have, the Prestige Fright Night. Ooh, the splash art looks awesome for it. Oh, okay. So it's kind of the same art style, but they also made it a little bit brighter. The gun looks interesting. Ooh, I like the spiderweb jacket. There's a spider on the back as well. That's pretty cool. And then just like spiderweb with the collar. Okay. There's no other. Yeah, right. It's the Prestige Fright Night, so there's no other chromas or anything like that. This is a really cool skin, especially with the spider on the back. I think every single skin that I've seen for Zeri have been 10 out of 10, but we have to pick our favorite. All right, of course, I want to hear from you guys what your favorite skin is for Zeri. I feel like there's only 7 options, I guess, total, if you include the Wild Rift one. I want to hear from you guys, though. Let me know what your favorite skin is. I personally think my favorite skin for Zeri is actually going to be Withered Rose. I really enjoyed the Withered Rose skin. I liked pretty much every chroma there. And then just the design of the gun was fun. The design of her hair and everything, just great. I think Ocean Song, honestly, on another day, if you ask me, this is my favorite skin, because these two were very, very close. I really enjoyed the gun design on this one. And then I also enjoyed like the color scheme. I think like with the sunglasses, with the hair, and then the jacket, just like the different chromas with the color scheme were all fantastic. But that's going to be my favorite skin. You guys let me know in the comments, though, what yours is. All right, just a tiny bit of trivia. It says when Zeri and Echo are on the same team, they gain a buff named Zaunite Ingenuity, which reads, kids from the Undercity stick together. Oh, that's fun. I like that. I like the friendship that we have going on here between Zeri and Echo. They're very similar in the sense of like wanting to make a better Zaun, right? I like that. Zeri's splash was different upon release. After a few days, it was edited to show a darker skin tone, smaller and more detailed eyes, among other changes. Oh, there's a comparison. I kind of want to see this. So this is what it was before and after. Darker skin tone, and then they like tightened it up more. They like made her cheeks less puffy. They made I don't know, they added like more detail maybe. I'm not sure what's going on here. Yeah. And then it says she is the only champion with 0 points at a skill by the client classification. And in this case, her utility rating is a 0. Okay. That's a technical thing that I don't really know about. All right, that was awesome. All right, we're on the Fandom Wiki for Zeri. Just a couple of things on the right here. I noticed, so obviously for family, it has unnamed mother, father, grandmother, aunt. So they could do something with that, I feel like, in the future. You're born 970 AN to 975 AN, somewhere around there. And occupation, vigilante, which is basically what I said when we were reading her biography and stuff. She's just a vigilante in Zaun, which is cool. All right, let's take a look. We got appearance first. Zeri is a girl standing at an average height with light tan skin, olive green eyes, and lime green hair tied with 2 large pigtails. She wears this typical Zaunite punk-style clothing, which includes a large dark blue jacket, a bright orange shirt with a green lightning bolt in the center, revealing her navel, metallic brown pants and gloves, and light brown boots. Personality. She is a headstrong but friendly person to those she meets. She is an energetic spirit with a rebellious attitude who finds it difficult to sit still in one place. She is friendly, hopeful, resourceful, and optimistic. In any case, she is strong-willed, impulsive at times, and compassionate to others above all. Zeri wishes for Zaun to be as beautiful as its rival and equally as is, at some points, competitive. Okay, so yeah, like I was saying, her and Echo kind of have that same idea of just wanting Zaun to be better, like be compared to Piltover, and like if you were to compare the two, they would probably be equal, or if not, better maybe. All right, abilities. Magical. Zeri was born with natural magical ability, which might grow the more she trains and expands her knowledge about magic. In Zeri's case, she still struggles with controlling her powers to a certain degree. Electricity magic. Zeri can generate and manipulate electricity for several purposes. She can liberate the energy and powerful blasts of lighting and use it as a conduit. Super speed. Zeri can wrap her body in electricity, increasing her speed many times over. Electric conduit. Zeri can infuse certain objects with her electric power, empowering them and improving their performance. All right, now we're on to the relations. Ooh, we got a couple of people in here, which is nice. So we have Echo first. So both Zeri and Echo are teenage residents of Zaun and became friends after Zeri freed a group of hostages, including Echo's parents, from a warehouse. In a note implied to be from Zeri, codenamed Z, she talks about saving Blitzcrank again and their mother's talking about a potluck, saying she'll bring the ube ice cream he enjoys. Okay, we haven't reacted to Blitzcrank, so I guess I don't know too much about Blitzcrank. I won't comment on any of that, I guess, for now until we finally do that reaction. All right, Seraphine, it says, both Echo and Zeri share a dislike for Piltovans. The only difference is while Echo is implied to be a fan of Seraphine, Zeri doesn't really like her as much, saying that her songs aren't enough to inspire change. Oh, okay. So there's a little bit of a tiff there between Echo and Zeri in terms of the way they're thinking about Seraphine. I guess maybe, I think the difference is maybe like Echo might be a more positive person and maybe just like, you know, Zeri is the pessimist of the two. I don't know. And then, okay, so we do have Blitzcrank. Says Zeri and Blitzcrank have had several run-ins before, with Blitz helping her climb a clock tower and Zeri having to save him from a chempunks on several occasions. All right, Jinx. It's implied Zeri has had encounters with Jinx before, mostly involving Zeri dodging Jinx's rockets. Oh, see, where does that come from as well? That's got to be a voice line thing, I bet. All right, so for the content, yeah, we read the biography and the short story, and it looks like there isn't anything else as of right now for Zeri. The only trivia says Zeri's gun doesn't actually have a trigger or magazine, as her mother designed it to be powered by her electricity. Yep. Okay. That's literally all there is for the Fandom Wiki. I think this was really cool. We learned a little bit about the relations about these three here. I think I vaguely actually remember when we did Seraphine's reaction, there was a mention of Zeri not really liking her. Maybe she just sees like competition a little bit too. Who knows her thoughts on Seraphine. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the voice lines, guys. All right, folks, let's start off with Zeri's special interactions. Then we will move on to the voice lines video, which will have some repeats, but we will find the new stuff in that. And I think that's it. We have about 4.5 minutes here, and then the voice lines video is about 5 minutes. So we got a little bit of stuff here, which is nice. So let's take a listen.
Ezreal, you're the type of guy that's not worth my time.
Meaning like a playboy? A player?
Blitz, you used to help me climb the clock tower.
Oh,
That
that's
time of
where...
yours is no joke.
Okay, that's where we learned that.
A gun and a badge don't make you a hero. Echo, you don't have to fight alone. Us Zaun kids, we stick together.
All right, I love that.
Professor, don't make me blow up your inventions again. Janna, you
Janna?
do exist. Your wind, my lightning, let's make a storm.
Oh, that's pretty awesome.
Oi, Jinx! How many rockets you making me dodge this time, huh?
Oh, that's fun.
Pretty songs don't fix problems, Seraphine. Actions do.
Okay, there's our
A real rat
thought
with a
on
crossbow?
Seraphine there.
Can't believe I owe my dad money. Vi, you could have fought for Zaun, but you chose not to.
Oof. Oof. This is very actually fitting because we're recording this before Arcane Season 2. And I don't know. We'll see what happens because obviously we see her fighting with Caitlyn in that, or like fighting alongside Caitlyn.
Is that another me? Or someone else?
Okay.
No one's ever asked me to zap them zigs. That's new. Quite the swing, Blitz. Let's have another go.
Okay, killing Blitz.
Well, Caitlyn, out of touch, out of luck. You can do better, Echo. Rewind and rematch.
I like that. Okay.
Fight your gauntlet, Ez. Everything else? Nah.
Damn. She really hates
The blueprints
Ezreal.
You go.
Maybe because he just flirts with her.
Janna, come on. Don't let people's faith go to waste. That's enough animal-shaped guns for now.
Just the one.
Beautiful lyrics, Sarah. If only you'd back them up.
Hold on. I feel like, listen, let's not glaze over that. Please, let's not glaze over that because that's a pretty big insult. Honestly.
Twitch, if you want cheese-flavored trash, just ask.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Does Twitch even like cheese? Okay. I feel like that's not racist against rats, but something.
Vi, I've tried punching through life. Doesn't work. Probably a weird dream. Nothing to worry about.
Okay.
Do I smell burnt squirrel? No one
What?
steals my thunder.
All right, these are really fun.
You blinked. Downed one. And that said I was stubborn. Beat it. Fry.
Fried. Ooh, that's a good one.
Got him. Ha, got you. Too slow.
All right.
I shoot back. Never count me out. White.
Wiped.
Look at them scramble. We crushed it.
We?
Wow, we rock. Wait, where's the last one?
That's funny. All right, Penta.
Whoa, that's 5. We gotta celebrate.
Get shielded
I owe you
or
one.
healed? Oh, that's cool.
Appreciate it.
I like that they have voice lines for that.
Thanks.
I don't think every character has that,
Nope,
right?
not funny.
Oh, not funny.
That's a lot of talk. Let's see if you can back it up.
Mm-hmm.
If the Chem Barons couldn't keep me down, no one can. Come on,
I'm
Zeri.
surprised there
Fight to
wasn't
win. Remember
anything
that.
with her and Renata Glass. Like a
Snap out of it.
relationship.
I can do this. We can do this.
Okay.
Might have rushed that one. It's okay. I'll do
Might
better.
have rushed that one. That's clever.
Sweet, we're here. Whoa, crazy weapons. This team's great. Let's go.
I like the positivity.
Zaun's with me every fight. This time's no different.
Hey, that's awesome. I
You know
want
what?
Zeri to be
We
in
must
season
die
2
here.
now of Arcane.
Let's make sure we go down swinging.
Somehow.
Yell if you need backup. I'll be there in no time.
Okay.
Aye, this is cool. Lots of places to run. Charging up ought to be quick. Run fast, charge up, shoot the bad guys. Easy enough. I stood up for my community. I can stand up for others too.
Okay.
Oh,
She is actually a
wow.
pretty positive person,
They're
it
really
seems.
out to get us. I got to be faster.
Gotta be
Grandma
faster.
said, never back down from a fight. Bless that woman.
Bless Grandma.
No one catches me, except for my aunt. Man, I
Huh.
can't get anything past her.
Oh, interesting. Oh, that's all we get? Okay. All right, those were very fun. I really appreciated all of the interactions that we had with other people from Zaun. We had, randomly, she also had interactions with, who was it? Ziggs. Like, all these Zaun people make sense. Seraphine makes sense. Twitch, I don't know anything about, so I can't really comment on him. If there's anything I should know about that, let me know. Blitzcrank, I do know, is also technically from Zaun, right? But yeah, Ziggs. Ziggs was kind of a random one. I didn't know anything about Ziggs as well. And then Ezreal, I guess. Why is she interacting with Ezreal? I have no idea. But these were very fun. Obviously, she's not going to get along with Caitlyn. That makes total sense. And then the comments against Vi and Seraphine, I think, were pretty, like, honestly, important for her to say. Like, I think she's kind of right. Like, Vi didn't have to start protecting Piltover or fighting for Piltover instead of Zaun, right? Like, come on. And then her comments about Seraphine, like, I totally get. But I also want to defend Seraphine in a way here in this instance. But I do kind of get where Zeri's coming from as well. Yeah, otherwise, these were pretty fun. I think I wanted a little bit more. This is kind of crazy to say. I think I maybe wanted a little bit more, like, clever, I don't know, lightning or electric kind of voice lines, which we didn't have too many. But maybe when we check out the next video, there will be some more. Again, I don't think that knocks her down in terms of like how good her voice lines were. I think they were fantastic voice lines. This is better than a lot of other champions that haven't even had voice lines updated. So I'm not even going to complain whatsoever about any of that. But let's check out the rest of her voice lines. All right, here we go. Let's do the rest of these voice lines. It's 5 minutes long. It's not technically going to be 5 minutes long. We have to find the voice lines in here.
A gift from Zaun. Surprise! Electrocute. Catch.
Oh, there we
Heads up.
go.
Need more power.
Electrocute.
Short on sparks. Come on.
Okay,
charge
here they
already. Running on empty. Got the fuel up. If I can just get this to work. Nope, not funny. You want to
Okay.
mess with us? Deal with me first.
Oh, taunt.
That's a lot of talk. One sec. Gun could use a little tinkering. Wait, I forgot something. Just stay alive, okay? Hold up.
Just stay
There's a
alive,
shop with
okay.
my name
I
on
feel
it.
like that's literally what you always want to say to your teammates if you play League, right?
Hold up, there's a gear in the shop with my name on it. If the Chem Barons couldn't keep me down, no one can. Hi, hear that buzz? Ready to shop.
Okay, here we go.
Off I go. Bye.
Yeah, it makes
Gotta
sense
go.
her abilities
Go
will have
time.
all the
That's my
electric
cue.
type voice
See
lines.
ya. Fully charged. Sparks ready.
Fully charged.
Amped up. You got nothing. Step up. I'm here. Unload. No, you don't. In a hurry. Incoming. Burst fire. Nuh-uh. Let her rip. Buzz off.
Oh,
Not a
man.
chance. Don't you dare. It's
So
up to
many
me.
voice
Count
lines for
on
her
me.
cue.
Dodge this. Quick. Psst, get out. What's up?
Holy.
Point move. I'm not messing around. Electric. Out of my way.
Electric. There we go.
Shotgun. Screw it. I'm mad. Go. No holding back. All in. Bolt and jolt. Static blitz.
Holy
Lightning
crap,
crash.
there were so
I am
many.
lightning.
Here are the
I'm
lightning and electric voice lines. I shouldn't have even complained about it.
Over already. Got to recharge. Aim
Okay.
and fire. Let it fly. Ultra shock laser. Here it
Ultra
comes.
shock laser, I love that.
My bad. I'll get them. I promise. No, I can fight. People
Death.
need me. I'm not done. Gotta hurry. People need my spark. Quick feet, quick
I like that.
trigger.
Okay.
I belong here. We all belong here. Everyone's
Ooh.
counting on me. No way I let them down. This won't be perfect, but life never is. No slowing down. I faced worse in Zaun. We can win. Fresh air. A rare treat. If
Oh,
it matters
jeez,
to
that's
my team-
crazy to say.
If it matters to my team, it matters to me. Man, I
Wow. I love that voice line, actually. If it matters to my team, it matters to me. That's awesome.
should have packed more snacks. They're like the Chem Barons. Talk big, but they'll break. I don't leave others behind. Anyone have a plan? No?
Honestly,
No
she truly
problem.
is like a
Guns
hero
not
or
broken
vigilante
yet.
of
Better
Zaun,
keep
you
it
know?
that way. Fights getting messy. At least I'm consistent.
Oh, that's
Lightning in a gun
hilarious.
coming through. Mistakes made or lessons learned. Giving up's
Yes.
too easy. Never seen so little traffic. Do I miss it? Best thing I can do is fight when others can't. Do or die. I'm all in.
Wow. Okay. A lot of the voice lines towards the end here really made me. I mean, not that I questioned whether or not she cared about Zaun or anything, but like you can really see her passion, I feel like, here in the end about like giving up's too easy. If my team cares about it, so do I. Best thing I can do is fight when others can't. Like, I really love these kind of voice lines where it's like, I really will protect Zaun or try to help Zaun and fight for Zaun anytime I can. And I think that's awesome because we obviously we have Echo, which I haven't technically done a reaction for him yet. But like, you know, from the show and everything, Arcane, I obviously know he wants to fight for Zaun. In that first season, we can tell that he really, truly loves Zaun. He wants to protect Zaun from Piltover and everybody up above that want to just like destroy Zaun and get rid of it, right? So I really like seeing the passion behind Zeri here and just like really loving Zaun and wanting to fight for it and hating the Chem Barons. It's more, I think, towards a hate of the Chem Barons, but she also obviously probably has a hate for Piltovans and stuff like that as well. So that makes sense. All right, again, I shouldn't have complained about these like, oh, there's no electric voice lines at all for her. And then obviously we get here and then she has all these abilities. And she mentions, she literally says the word electric and like spark and stuff like that. So that all came to fruition. Instead of just complaining about it, I should have just waited. I think one of the other things I really enjoy about Zeri's personality and like just her voice lines in general is she actually does seem to have a positive take on a lot of things. Like she seems to be a pretty positive person. Even in the situation she's in of being like a vigilante for Zaun, all these Chem Barons are like being, you know, terrible in Zaun. And she's like, oh, a rare treat, fresh air. Like she stays positive mostly in her voice lines. She doesn't seem like a very negative person, which I do enjoy that very much. And she kind of speaks her mind, right? Like in the special interactions, I really liked her speaking her mind about Vi. I really liked her speaking her mind about Caitlyn, Seraphine. So she's definitely also one of those people that's not afraid to speak her mind. And if she truly believes like, you know, something, she will tell you what she thinks. I like that about her. All right, guys, in terms of where Zeri could go in the future, I'm actually very curious if they're going to do anything with her in season 2 of Arcane. Again, I don't think they will. I want to hear your guys' predictions or thoughts on that, though, just because it seems like they really want to focus on the main people they've already introduced, right? They maybe do something with Orianna because we did see like a glimpse of like an Orianna statue maybe, or maybe they'll do some sort of glimpse of Zeri in season 2. I don't know. It'd be really cool. I think here's my prediction or thought is I think maybe at the end, after everything's done and they like want to conclude Echo's story, maybe they'll have him see Zeri or meet up with Zeri or something, right, at the end of the season. I think that would be pretty awesome way to conclude the story. We don't know exactly how Arcane season 2 is going to end, but I think if it ends on a happy note, I think it'd be really cool if he ends up meeting Zeri. Maybe not for the first time, but like maybe they have that established friendship already if you know the lore, and then like him just hanging out with Zeri would be kind of a fun thing to do. I don't know. You guys let me know what you think will happen with season 2, if Zeri will show up in it at all. Because after doing this reaction, I know she's a new character and everything, but I still think she seemed like decently important person in Zaun. There's also a lot of other people in Zaun though that they could introduce in some way. We have Janna, like maybe they do something with Janna in season 2. I don't know. There's just a lot of Zaunites that they could kind of introduce in season 2, and I don't think they're going to have the time for it. So you guys let me know in the comments. In terms of future lore for Zeri, I think she's honestly probably in a good place right now. She's just being a vigilante in Zaun. I think the whole Piltover Zaun thing is going to be a continual thing that just kind of never ends, right? There's going to be conflict between the two. I think there's always going to be conflict between Zaun and the Chem Barons. Maybe there'll be a future event where there's like an event focused in Zaun or something in the future, and Zeri will be a part of it. But as of right now, I think it makes sense. She's just going to be kind of like the vigilante. Again, I mentioned she's like the Spider-Man of Zaun almost a little bit, in my opinion. She just seems like she's out there helping anybody that needs help, and just running around and, yeah, doing her thing. All right, guys, let me know in the comments what you think of Zeri. Let me know in the comments if you think she'll show up in season 2 of Arcane or anything like that, or anything you want to see from Zeri in the future. And please leave a thumbs up on the video. Consider subscribing to the channel and check out the other League of Legends reactions I do have here. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.